Hey everyone, and welcome back to the review. With the changes to the government, the Tigrayan elite felt marginalized and threatened, and they even saw the peace treaty with Eritrea as a betrayal, not an accomplishment. So in a show of defiance, the Tigrayan regional officials moved ahead with an election that was supposed to be canceled due to COVID-19. Marginalize.
Marginalize.
The central government responded by cutting off their funding. After that, things escalated quite quickly. Tigrayan militias attacked and looted some army bases, and missile launches were even fired on Eritrea. Loot.
Loot. The Ethiopian government launched a counterattack, accidentally killing a lot of civilians in the process. Many more simply fled their homes, overwhelming a lot of refugee camps in neighboring Sudan.
Overwhelm.
Overwhelm. As of this video, the Ethiopian authorities are said to have captured the Tigrayan regional capital. Despite this, the rebels are still said to have about 200,000 men and women under arms. If they continue to hide amongst the population, we can only assume that the tragedy in Tigray is going to continue.
Under arms.
Underarms.
In your country, Alex, do the regional authorities have more power, or does the central government have more power?
It's definitely the central government. In my country, there are some differences region to region. So, for example, if you go to Scotland, Scotland has its own laws. And also there's obviously the EU, although that's no longer an issue since we finally left this year. There are some minor variations, but they tend to be very minor, and they're to do with municipal things like trash collection. But overall, the law is the law wherever you go in the UK. What about where you're from?
Yeah, I think in the US there's kind of a balance, although I think there's a lot of contesting always, with more power for the state, less power from the government. But I think they've kind of maintained a balance over the last few decades.
Right.
With some recent events in the United States with the presidential election.
Right.
Some, extreme groups or kind of fringe groups have caused some issues, which I don't know if it's necessarily about a regional or government authority, but yeah, the law is the law in the United States, but it varies slightly from each state. That does it for the review. We'll see you guys for the next unit.